Hello and welcome to the Opto Minute. Today we're going to talk about a water treatment application in Ecuador. Specifically, it's the Proyecto Pesillo y Ibabura, affecting 250,000 people. It's a water distribution application affecting here some of the locals that you'll see in the for the local area in Ecuador. And here we see a very picture's worth 1,000 words. You can see this is one large project to get water from one location to about 40 very remote areas, and it's all using Opto 22. Here is a model of what we're looking at. Let's start off with the main system. This main system is where you will here on the right see the water, where the water is being taken from. This is actually coming from a tunnel from and going to a treatment plant. That treatment plant is all run with Opto 22 equipment. From there, it is distributed to different tanks of different sizes and to flow meters to make sure that both the rural clientele is receiving their allotment, as well as the more urban clientele is also getting their different allotments, and all controlled with different, like I said, different flow meters. Here you have what I refer to as mission control, but this is the water treatment plant. The water treatment plant has various Opto 22 products. It's all different lines of Opto 22 products. So besides the two epics that you hear me talk so much about here and here, also have some local I/O controlled by Rios or by even our older pack generation that you see here, all communicating to local HMIs where you could do any type of supervisory control, alarming, reporting, etc. Now, this is a bird's eye view of what that water pipe network looks like, from where the water is originally captured from the tunnel, goes to the treatment plant, and then goes to all of these different regions for distribution. Each one of these points is controlled by an Opto 22 Rio, a remote I/O system. And this is what those remote I/O system locations look like. So you're looking at about almost 40. Here you will see within the dotted line, this is one electrical cabinet. That's basically, if you could cut it in half, the half here on the left has all to do with power, whether it's being battery operated, coming from AC, local AC, or even solar. So this just has to do with powering the control box. All of the intelligence is with Opto 22 equipment and Opto 22 Rio. And what's fascinating about this connection, well, besides, of course, it being wirelessly communicating to wireless Ethernet radios, is that inside this unit, because of the Rios are Linux PCs at the end of the day, we have a Mariah database integrated into this system. So with a combination of Node-RED and a Mariah database, all of this control can be completely local because, let's face it, with this type of remote architecture, even though here we have a lightning rod, there will be damage to the communication system and we don't want anyone suffering from not getting their allotment of water that they were promised because communication went down, which uncertainly it will go down. So by keeping a local database, the unit knows what day it is, what time it is, how much water it needs to be sending out to each one of those tanks, so there is proper operation and proper quality of service, quality of life at all of these different locations. And you can see the Rio communicates via Ethernet, via Modbus TCP to Modbus devices, as well as the 4 to 20 to some of the flow meters that are there, with a wide variety of other communication to local I/O. So here you see the architecture again, where you have the capturing of water from your tunnel, going to the treatment system, and then going to the different tanks that you have in this location. And that's the end of it. Wanted to thank you to engineer Jose Estrada, who was the project manager, really did this entire project, spearheaded it, and he is very famous for making large Opto 22 products within Ecuador. So a big thank you to him and Next Control for the work that they're doing. If you have any other questions, details on what the architecture that was used, the equipment that was used, be able to provide that for you or put you in contact directly with Jose, so you can see how well, how easy it is to use it with Opto 22, because doing it with anyone else, you'd have to add PCs, you'd have to add PCs for encryption, PCs for firewalls, or different hardware firewalls, different IPCs for keeping a database, and different licenses for all of this functionality. When with Opto 22, it's all built in to the Rio to do it securely, and it's also industrialized, so you don't need to worry about it not operating properly, even in the most harsh environments. So it's a long one today, but I hope you enjoyed it, and have a great weekend.